A viewer recently asked me, what do I keep in my boat box? And I thought, that'd be a good video. And it's a good time for me to go through my boat box just to see what I have in here, because periodically I should clean this out and get rid of stuff I don't need. First of all, let me explain what this box is. So I take this with me on all of my boats. I've had up to 3 or 4 small boats, and so I have a box where I take that with me on any of the boats that I'm on, so that way I have certain things that I need whenever I'm out in the boat. I'm gonna set the box down here. A lot of what it comes down to is about being safe. Bringing the things that make you safe, bringing the things that are required for safety, and then bringing the extra things along to be able to make your boating day a little bit better. Very first thing that's in my box is my portable floating VHF radio. And I check this periodically, and it's charged, it's ready to go. Spare drain plug, sunblock. That sunblock in there is probably a year old because I usually always bring sunblock with me. That's my backup sunblock. When I'm running motors, I'm supposed to have a fire extinguisher on my boat. So I have this nice little portable fire extinguisher, and I believe this one is rated for electrical and gasoline. I'm not sure, you guys know more than I do. It's a fire extinguisher. Figure worst case scenario, I'm not gonna get in trouble because I at least have a fire extinguisher. And we have a bailing bucket. Yep. Little bucket in case I need to bail the boat out. And I keep stuff in the bailing bucket, like this bunch of clothesline. You never know if you're going to need to tie something off somewhere or whatever. And then I have some dock line. This isn't extremely long, but I usually have some other ones on the boat. So the dock line is the one which has a loop on one end and a straight on the other. So this is probably about a 12-foot dock line, maybe 10 foot, I don't know. A plastic bag. Yep. Never know if I'm going to need that. A whistle. It works. This is a day visibility SOS flag. It came with some safety package or whatever, so I think it opens up and it's a big orange thing that I can, you know, wave or lay on something or whatever, drape. It's still wrapped in its original plastic, but I keep that in there. A brand new folding knife in its package. And the reason I keep this in the package is because that way it doesn't rust and corrode. So this is an aluminum handled stainless steel blade folding knife. And it does have a little bit of serrate on the back of it for cutting line off of a prop or an anchor line or something like that if I ever need a knife. I usually have another one on board as well, but that's just my backup one. Time to check this out. This is a floating beacon. And let's see. It still works. So it's a floating SOS beacon. Registration for, which boat is this one? This is for the 14-foot Lone Star. This is for the Boston Whaler. And there also should be one in here for my wooden boat. Let's see. Nope. That's a boat I no longer have. And that's another boat I no longer have. I don't have my wooden boat one in here, I don't think. Oh, maybe I do. I think this is for the wooden boat. I have a copy of the Coast Guard required equipment checklist. I carry this with me just to make sure that I know what kinds of things I'm supposed to bring with me. For example, on boats less than 16 feet, I do not have to have a throwable PFD. I do not have to have an ignition safety switch, apparently. And I do not have to have daytime visual distress signals. But they do require me to have a horn, whistle, or bell, and that's why I have the whistle in there. This is another dock line. This is much longer, so this is all tied up real nice. This is a flattened down water bottle. If I need to fill up a bottle to have some drinking water somewhere, this should work in a pinch. That's why it's in there. These are my clamp-on bow and stern lights. So I have lights that clamp on if I need to have navigation lights on the boat. And I have all the brackets and things to be able to install them. And then, guess this is from the Mercury. This is a spare engine cutoff switch. I used to have a spare anchor in there, but I don't see that anymore. I must have taken that out. And that is everything I have in my Go Box right now. So, if you have a Go Box or boat box, what do you keep in your boat box? And what do you think I'm missing in here? A lot of people would say tools, that I should have some tools in here, a pair of pliers, maybe some wrenches, sockets. I have never been in a situation where I have needed those. I carried that stuff around for the longest time, and the only tool I've really needed out there is a knife. Because every time I have engine problems out there on the water, it always seems to be something that's more convoluted than just needing to re-put on a fuel line or whatever. So a lot of times I end up using my alternate motor to come back home again and then figure it out once I'm home, rather than trying to figure it out on the water. And I also always keep my paddle and a net in my boat. And I also always have this tool here, which can tighten up the clamps on my clamp-on boat seats. You know, come to think of it, I think I am going to throw a pair of pliers in the box. Whenever I go out, I, of course, always bring a PFD for myself and a spare PFD or two. And I bring drinking water and an anchor and some other dock line. Is there anything that you think I should add to my box? Really what it comes down to is what kind of waters you boat in, because I'm not going very far away in my small boats. And a lot of times I'm just out there by myself. So a lot of the things that I bring are the things that work for me in the waters that I boat and the things that I do when I'm out in the water. For example, I also am always bringing a big case along with camera equipment in it. And a lot of you guys probably aren't bringing a case of camera equipment with you whenever you go out on the water. Thank you so much for watching. And I have a lot more content that I'm putting together right now, and some playlists of a lot of good stuff. Like if you're into boat safety, I have a boat safety playlist if you'd like to see that. Stay safe out there in the water, and I'll see you in the next video.